So we are back, the ramps of the Cincinnati Stingers MyLEAGUE here in 2K17. That's one words I didn't think I'd ever say again, but the return of the Stingers is officially back. So when I went and ended off the series there in November, I was thinking we did 30 episodes, or even 31, I can't really remember too much, but 30 episodes in, and there's about an 86-year max in MyLEAGUE, so we're 30 episodes in, why not do the full 86? That's my plan to go do for this series, do all 86 seasons possible for MyLEAGUE Sim. So it could be the first series ever, I'm not really sure if it is or not, first series ever on YouTube to cover every single series, every single season in an 86 season for the MyLEAGUE. So it'd be pretty cool to do that, and that's exactly what my plan is, as our new roster obviously continue from last save file, which has Chris Mayo, obviously we do have Archie Wells, and of course the legend himself, Craig Lawson at center. So this team looks very primed to go and do it all once again this year. I was obviously went and won, I believe, like 15 titles last time we did this in November, so we got a lot to live up to in this new month of Stingers franchise. And just like I said, we won 15 titles, and last time we retired 4 numbers in our history so far, and most likely 5 after the season, just based on Chris Mayo probably gonna retire at the end of the season because he's 37 years old, 80 overall. His overall has been declining ever since like a few years back, so he's probably going to retire at the end of the season. But one man we went in the offseason, a veteran himself, 80 overall, Eric Walton, 32 years old, basically provide a great presence at power forward. But one thing we're going to do though is add a brand new franchise and expansion team to this league, which is the Vancouver Ravens. They're in Vancouver. So Vancouver, Canada needs a team, another team other than the Raptors, so we add another team there in Vancouver. But there's a league though at least basically a league overview looking at the teams there, as we do have the Kansas City Knights, who's one of the best teams in the league though after entering the league a few years back. And there's our coaching staff with Blake Griffin at assistant coach and Shannon Daniel at head coach. So just before we do anything, let's go ahead and review what our last time we had for our franchise records. And 82-0 is basically our franchise record. We cannot break that record obviously, because 82-0 is impossible to do once again. But maybe even try and go 82-0 and maybe win it all in the playoffs. Maybe sweep the playoffs would be pretty good to do that. But we take our first L there against the Chicago Bulls, which is pretty weird there. 103-102, so close game there. Ever since now, 25-4, 26-4. We must have some type of injuries, I guess, if we're losing games. Their team just absolutely stacked before the season, though. I don't know how we could even lose like 5 games in a season. But now 38-7, not too bad a record, I guess. But the Miami Heat, though, constantly on our tail here, as they're just very good, I guess, this season. I don't know how they're this good, but we finish off 50 wins at the All-Star break. And look at our man, Gar Snow. Gar Snow, we drafted him, I believe, like 30th overall a few years back, and he is flourishing, one of the best stars in the NBA, shooting the ball, rebounding the ball. I mean, the guy is more like fitted at a power forward position than a shooting guard, yet he's got the shooting guard ability at like shooting threes. Like, he's just amazing at this game, basically. He's an all-around great player, probably going to go down with one of the greatest all-around players of all time. With his rebounding stats, his assist stats, he's almost like another Russell Westbrook ever since Westbrook left the game in, I believe, the mid-2020s. So, Gar Snow trying to go and be the next Westbrook, 93 overall at shooting guard. This man is a beast. So 34.7 points per game so far in the season. This man is killing it so far as a Stinger. But Gar Snow, 4th in MVP voting. Number 1, Bradley Beal Jr., 2nd is Tyler Weaver. Cody Wilkins, the man we went and drafted last year, 3rd overall in Rookie of the Year. We have Craig Lawson there, 3rd in Defensive Player. Number 1 is Bradley Beal Jr. there too for that, and that's about it for even Kyle Brady, though, 4th in Most Improved. But when it comes to your All-Stars, though, do you have Gar Snow and Craig Lawson on there as All-Stars? Nobody else, though, just kind of weird to guess, because I thought like Cody Wilkins, maybe even Chris Mayo if he played well enough in his last season, possibly in the NBA. But Gar Snow, though, in the three-point contest, and Cody Wilkins in the dunk contest. Hopefully they play well and represent the Stingers well in those contests. But the rest are pretty much good there. But look, Archie Wells, torn right ACL, he's gone for the season. Our starting point guard gone, which means Kyle Brady gets some time at point guard. But Gar Snow and Cody Wilkins both win the respective trophies, I guess. Gar Snow at the three-point contest and Cody Wilkins at the slam dunk. So the rest of the All-Star stats don't really matter too much to me. But Chris Mayo, he is our only, I guess everyone's not eligible for contract extensions, so we can't sign anybody else to an extension this season. But right now, 62-9 on the season so far, trying to go at least tie the Warriors record back in the day, but we lose that game, and we finish off the season 72-10 after the win against the Warriors in the last last day. But Tyler Weaver, MVP there, 45 points per game, 10.9 assists. That man is crazy good. And I believe it's his third MVP trophy. And he's only like 24 years old, so it's pretty incredible there. Bradley Beal Jr. gets Defensive Player of the Year over Craig Lawson. Joey Lang gets Most Improved there, and looks like Jeff Erickson gets Coach of the Year. Yet we went 72-10. I guess that he just played very well, though, and stepped up this season just based on his coach. So, when it comes to All-NBA, though, no Gar Snow in the All-NBA first team, no Gar Snow in the All-NBA second team, and we took the All-NBA third team, no Gar Snow, but at least Craig Lawson makes the third team, though, which is pretty good there. All defensive, we finally have Craig Lawson there, but no Gar Snow in the first defensive, and no Gar Snow in the second defensive. This man is getting disrespected all around the league, but at least Scottie Wilkins' first rookie team, that's not too bad there, I guess. But the rest of our first playoff matchup is against the Indiana Pacers. They're in our quarterfinals, but take a look back at the season, 35 points per game for Gar Snow. That man just killed it this season and set the big for the Stingers. So I don't know how he won it. Didn't win MVP. I'm pretty sure I guess Tyler Weaver played very well. 45 points per game is like a record or something. So pretty good there. But Gar Snow, man, he's played so well for our team. Basically the reason why we're winning games, because he has almost over 61 double doubles and 22 triple doubles on the season. So it's a good playoff matchup though against Indiana Pacers. They have Reynolds at point guard. They have a 73 at point guard. And their team is like, our bench is better than their starting lineup. So we're going to absolutely murder the Pacers there in the first round. But our team, though, it is kind of running out of energy, I guess, just based on all of our players are tired. So 72-10 we finished off. We do take game one of the quarterfinals there against the Pacers. Go up 1-0 here. Is Gar Snow 44 points, 11 assists. Clark Gallson 21 points, 14 rebounds for double-double there. As we take game one. Game two, we take game two there in Cincinnati. 62 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 steals, 1 block. And if Gar Snow 10 for 15 for the 3-point line. This man is amazing. 24 to 25 free throws too. Like, that man is crazy good. And probably, I think that is our all-time playoff record for points, 62 there in a single game. So if you're wondering though, if you're new to this series is on a 20 shot clock with the rule change, I guess. So only 20 seconds for the shot clock. That's why his scoring is so inflated. But Gar Snow, 40 points. And it looks like 13 rebounds there in that game as we demolished them again there. 129-96 final, up 3-0 here in this series. Going still in Indiana there. Game 4, we sweep them 130-105 in Game 4. We sweep the Pacers, go to the second round against the Bulls. So I guess we played so well that our team is used to sweeping teams in the first round just based on the 8th seed. Usually isn't as good as our team though. But now we're facing the 56-26 Bulls on the season. 91 overall Farley, 85 overall Dulk. And their team is actually not too bad, I guess. They could probably challenge us in this series if we catch us off guard. Archie Wells and Gar Hodges only injuries for both our teams. We take game 1 though, go up 1-0 here in this series, 130-102 final. As Farley, 41 points, 11 assists in that one for that game. So game 2, they take game 2 to make it 1-1 series lead as Gar Snow, 31 points in that one. 80 for 22 shooting, 6 for 17 for the 3-point line. Not as efficient as this game in the Pacers series, but Farley had a great game there. Game 3, they take game 3 to take a 2-1 edge against us. Delk 32, Farley 22 in that one, but Craig Lawson 22 in set 14, Curry 18 and 18, but Gar Snow 2 points in that entire game. Our MVP of the team, 1 for 6 on the day. He did not take the shots, that's why we lost. Game 4, they take game 4 to make it a 3-1 series lead against us. Farley 24 points in that one as our team is falling apart here. Brady 21, but look, Gar Snow only 15 points in that one, not what you really want to see out of our team if you want to win. So going into Game 5, though, Game 5, do or die or go home, basically, at this point. As we're in Cincinnati, we take this one 115-194 final. Demolished them again by 24 or 21 there. As now, finally, maybe Gar Snow picking up his game once again after falling flat the last 2 games. Now, Game 6, though, of the semifinals, we got to take this one if you don't want to go home. But they end up winning this one 107-101 final. We've been eliminated from the playoffs. So the Bulls, someone take us out in the semifinals. Our team is better than them on paper, but I mean, like, they're just so good, I guess, that we didn't expect them to be this good, and that they caught us off guard and took us out easily. So after that, it was Celtics and Knights final, and the Knights would take this one 4-2 there in the finals to win another championship. So Frank Hopkins is your finals MVP, 89 overall, great overall game there for the Knights in that finals. But Gar Snow 33.6 points per game in the playoffs. He's very efficient though, except for the last series when it actually counted. So Garth Snow does not step up and wasn't clutch enough, I guess, to go and win it all for the Stingers in possibly Chris Mayo's last season. So 6-4 record in the playoffs, not acceptable whatsoever for a team that won 72-10. When it comes to retired players, though, we have Russell Westbrook Jr., there, Wesley Bernard, and Chris Mayo on that list. So Chris Mayo retires as a member of the Stingers in all 17 seasons as an NBA player. So pretty good to see him go with one single team, exactly like how Kobe did it, I guess, as Westbrook Jr., though, obviously 6-time All-Star, 1-time third NBA, and 1-time 6th Man of the Year, 1-time All-First Team rookie. As Westbrook Jr., though, didn't really live up to his dad's expectations, as he wasn't really that much of a triple-double kind of guy, though. He wasn't that great. He was a decent overall player in his career, but just wasn't living up to his father's shadow, I guess, in the NBA. But a decent overall career, though, probably would go down as one of the top 200 players best all time, because he's actually not too bad when it comes to the season stats. But Chris Mayo, they're obviously one of the best players in Stingers history, as he's probably going to get his number retired easily, though, with all 17 seasons being with the Stingers. So we draft him as the next LeBron James. Didn't really pan out that well, but at the end of his career, though, he went, I guess, brought it all together, as at the end of his career, he actually started getting All-Star nominations since Shane Wheeler and Nick Cheeks were in the picture and were hogging all the spotlight. So Chris Mayo, obviously one of the best players in Stingers history. He had the ability to rebound, shoot the ball, and had the athleticism on him, and obviously an 8-time All-Star, 10-time champ, 4th all-time third NBA, and 3rd-time 6th Man of the Year winners too. So, and Rookie of the Year winner too in his first season in 2031. So great overall career here. As we take a look at staff retirements, we have Jason Kidd. Pau Gasol is a member of the Suns, assistant coach, so 28 years in the league. Incredible there for Pau Gasol. But Chris Mayo and Bojan Jovanovic is your Hall of Fame members. So Chris Mayo, 1,242 games played, 21.5 points per game. He's going to the Hall of Fame, as both numbers get retired by their respective franchises, by the Stingers and the Orlando Magic. So that's another list of Stingers franchise retired numbers. Now the 5th one on our franchise. As you go and do approved league expansion here, but first take a look at the draft lottery for this year. So draft lottery, no top picks obviously for us, as our team didn't really collect any picks for this one, because we weren't really expecting to go and do another season. But when it comes to staff retirements or signings, we do go and sign Andre Drummond as a new head coach there, as we need to go and add some former players into our coaching staff. One, Andre Drummond. But when it comes to protect players for our draft, we have Stephon there, and we do have another player there, but Stephon gets picked first overall by the Ravens. Here's Stephon, first overall pick there by the Vancouver Ravens. Next up is Daryl McDaniels. Next up is Oscar Battle on there. We have Edgar Seal, the former point guard drafted by the Stingers back in the day. We have Christian Cole on there. We have Ted Humphries, Edgar Payne on that one. I believe we had Edgar Payne at one point in time. We have Ellis Richardson, so it looks like 3 former Stingers on the Vancouver Ravens here. We do have Stephen Hendricks, Del Brewer. We do have Brett Witt. And the last few ones, we have Boomer Grimes. And that's about it. So now let's go into this draft, though, 2047 draft. We don't have a top pick, though. Let's check out what these picks are for this 2047 NBA draft.
With the first pick in the NBA draft, the Minnesota Timberwolves select Donnell House from the University of Arizona. With the second pick in the NBA draft, the Houston Rockets select the 19-year-old small forward from the University of Utah. With the third pick in the NBA draft, the Golden State Warriors select the 19-year-old small forward from Brazil. With the fourth pick in the NBA draft, the Dallas Mavericks select the 19-year-old power forward from Lithuania. We have a trade to announce. With the 5th pick in the NBA draft, the Charlotte Hornets select J.P. Woolridge from Villanova University. With the 6th pick in the NBA draft, the Atlanta Hawks select Rudy Graves from George Washington University. With the 7th pick in the NBA draft, the Milwaukee Bucks select Scott Stribling from Lipscomb University. With the 8th pick in the NBA draft, the Phoenix Suns select Spencer Washington from the University of Virginia. We have a trade to announce. With the 9th pick in the NBA draft, the Miami Heat select the 19-year-old point guard from Spain. With the 10th pick in the NBA draft, the Cleveland Cavaliers select the 32nd pick in the NBA draft, Adrian Lyons from the University of Arizona.
Another year, another not too bad of a draft, I guess. The top 3 is pretty good, but we do have House goes first overall to the Timberwolves, 82 overall, 20 years old. Next up is McGee Jr., 77 overall. Too bad it wasn't JaVale McGee Jr., but I mean, it's close enough though, McGee Jr. in the NBA. So we go for options, we go get Brady and Campbell. Unrestricted job options for the NBA, we do have a number of players who go and decline theirs. But when it comes to free agents though, we do have Cole Cousins, we do have Tate, we have Thon Reed, former member of the Stingers right there. We got Ramos, Moran Jr., Nurkic, and the rest are just normal players overall in the NBA. So not too bad of a free agency, I guess, but it's decent, but we're really not going to get any top players here because of our salary situation. We signed 2 players there in Button and Foster there for the bench. Next we signed up Carlson at 73 overall. Next up we signed up Mel Humphreys at 78 overall. So not too bad of a roster there as we take a look at the draft summit there. Peacock 81 overall there. Next up is Dribbling 71. Then Henderson 81 overall there too. So not too bad of a draft next year. But here's the roster for the next season. We have Brady and so on at point guard. Brady replacing, I believe, Archie Wells, since Archie Wells is an injury right now. But I guess let's hit off here. Make sure to subscribe for more Stingers franchise one. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.